Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I've been slowly upgrading my tool collection, swapping out all the things I've found have been lacking, and I need to upgrade, and things like that. It's cheap tools are better than no tools, but and there's a lot of cheap tools I've had that work great and have had no reason to upgrade. But one of those things that I've definitely found lacking and I need to upgrade is my universal sockets. I have SAE ones from Snap-on from when I first started, that when I was doing all off-road, in the oil and gas industry, almost everything was SAE, working on, well engines, stuff like that. So I went and got the Snap-on ones because it's, it had all the sizes that I needed. Now that I'm doing tractor trailer, off-road, ag, and automotive, kind of doing everything out of my service truck in my shop now, that I need pretty well every single size under the sun. So I just went and got a bunch of cheap shit, fill up my collection, and have been slowly upgrading things as I find they need upgrading. And yeah, one of those things is my universal sockets. I've been rocking just the cheap China ones from, originally just got the sets from Canadian Tire, the Mastercraft Maximum sets. But they do skip a few sizes. I believe they skip like 16, 18, a few metric size or SAE sizes, stuff like that. And I've found a few times I don't have the size I need. Kind of frustrating, right? They have held up okay, but still not great. They definitely don't hit as hard as the Snap-on ones. A lot of people will say, look at Torque Test channel. They got quite a few videos on it. The difference in quality with universal sockets makes a huge difference in the torque going in versus the torque coming out. So yeah, that's definitely something I need to upgrade. You can see they're already suffering quite a bit of wear and abuse. And then in the service truck, I've had this cheap impact socket set for a couple years now, and it's actually held up great. This is from Castleman. I got this on Amazon. I think it was under $100 when I bought it. Now I think it's around 150. Everything's gone up with the tariffs and stuff, especially things coming from overseas. But really complete kit, and it has all the universal sockets in it too. We got 10 to 19 no skips and 3/8 to 3/4 with no skips. Again, really nice to not have got a chunk of dirt or rock in there, to not have the skips and stuff, but still just not the nicest sockets. They'll do for the service truck for sure, but I find myself working more and more in the shop and mostly on automotive, so I wanted a good set of metric impact sockets. I didn't really feel like spending the $1,000 or whatever it is on a set of Snap-on ones. So I wanted to go with something with warranty. Canadian Tire has a warranty. They've changed their policy. It's no longer walk in, get one off the shelf. They got to order in. It's a huge hassle. And I got to drive there, stuff like that. Closest one's like 40 minutes away. Castleman, they don't have much of a warranty. I think they got like a 1 year, if that, if you can get a hold of them. I couldn't even find anywhere to get a hold of them when the adapter broke here, so I replaced that with the Mastercraft Maximum one I had on hand. So after doing some research, looking around, I was thinking, going Sunex, or maybe even doing Expert or something like that off the Mack truck, going with one of the more mid-grade ones. I looked at the Tecton ones. The Tecton ones were pretty expensive for a Taiwanese socket, and I've had a few people tell me they haven't had the greatest luck with them. They're pretty thin. They don't take a lot of abuse. Same thing as the Astro ones. A few people have said, well, they work good, but being like they're pinless design, they pop out or they break or they eat up quick. Astro has a pretty good warranty and stuff, but it's still kind of one of those convenience things. And I eventually so I was looking at the Expert ones. The Expert set only went up to 19. But kind of looking at them, you could tell the new line of Sunex, the Expert, Capri, and the Ultra Pro from Napa, and the GearWrench all looked identical. They all had this double knurling. And so I figured, well, I'm going to go with the brand with the best ease of warranty. I think the Napa set, same thing, only went up to 19. Sunex has been really good for warranty to me. The Sunex set was pretty expensive though. The GearWrench was more, you know, when you're getting the exact same tool, they all carry a warranty. And I figured, well, I'll go with GearWrench because I can warranty this off of one of my local tool distributors. And I can warranty it through GearWrench directly as well. And so that's the way I went. This set goes from 8 to 22, which is really nice, with no skips. The Tecton set went up to 24, which would have been a little nicer. But again, once you're getting into something that big, usually you better move up to a 1/2-inch drive socket. But yeah, so this is a good set. I really like this case. Really heavy duty, nice case. It's too bad, you know, being in the shop, I'm going to move these over to a socket rail. Like all my other ones, I'll probably, honestly, these ones I'll probably just throw all in a bin or give them away to a little brother or something like that, right? And then put these ones onto this rail. But pretty nice set. You can get it from Amazon pretty cheap. I chose to get it from, like I said, from my local, one of my tool trucks that deals in GearWrench, just because it's, you know, supporting them. And then also, again, ease of warranty, because although he can warranty GearWrench stuff, you know, there's not a lot of ambition to, you know, if a guy goes, buys a tool off Amazon and expects you to warranty it, yeah, I can see why that might piss a guy off. So for me, it was worth spending the extra, you know, 20, 30 bucks to get that service, right? That's the thing. You got to kind of gauge, right, if it's worth paying the extra for the service or if it's not. Some things it's not. Something like this where I know I'm going to break and I know I'm going to need to warranty, definitely worth paying the little extra to have some backing behind an investment like this, because, you know, it is still a couple $100, right? But yeah, so excited to use these. I'll probably make another video in a bit after I get some use out of them. Again, they're pin design, which you know, it's a preference thing, but I think I like the pin design sockets more. Again, the Snap-on ones I have pin design, and I've had no issues with them. They seem to hit a little harder and are pretty nice. But yeah, so anyways, leave a comment. What do you use for universal sockets? Like to know kind of what else is out there, what other people have had good luck with. I think I'm going to try the Astro ones for the semi deeps, and then see what's out there for deeps as well. Kind of really start filling out my toolbox here as time goes on. And, you know, it's a never-ending thing for techs. You know, people think, oh, mechanics make loads of money. It's like, yeah, but we spend a lot of money. You know, oh, well, you don't have to pay for university. Well, yeah, but that, you know, $200,000 that a doctor's going to pay for 4 years of university, well, or 8, I guess, so, you know, 400,000 or whatever your degree is. Well, mechanics putting in that couple $100K in tools. So it's definitely not cheap, and we definitely we deserve what we make, and probably even a little more. But yeah, so pretty nice set. Pretty excited to expand, grow, and upgrade my tool collection. So I appreciate the views and you guys following along with me on this. So leave a like, appreciate a subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.